what's up everybody? J-Man back here again with another figure review. This time featuring another one of our J-Stars, Yusuke's nemesis, younger Toguro 100%. Honestly, I was very excited to do this. I know the Yu Yu Hakusho fan base has shown me a crazy amount of support. The Yu Yu Hakusho short in and of itself has almost 2,000 views, and it's become one of my most shared shorts. It's become one of my highest subscriber driving videos, and you guys showed a lot of support in Yusuke's video, So, of course we had to do Toguro. And the reason I like to call these guys J-Stars, because that's what they are. J-Stars. All of them. All of them are one big group, fighting each other, against each other, with each other, doesn't matter. It's all the same to me. And that brings me to another subject. I want to try to introduce like a J-Stars whole stop motion, that'd be pretty cool. The shorts have been popping off, so I thought to myself, why not get the younger fans involved and try to do some voting, see what you guys want to fight, what you want to see. So I'm not gonna make this intro too long because we just recorded another review, so let's just jump right into it. All right, hope you guys like, subscribe, and comment for more J-Stars and SHONEN reviews. Hope you enjoy, guys.
Alright everybody, we're back. Switch sides. So I know I cut down on the intro, but it's just because I kind of want to get into the meat and potatoes of this one a little quicker. Not to say that I don't like the build-up, but it's Toguro, man. This is not a figure I expected to have, so I'm pretty excited. Again, I want to reiterate, like I said in the intro, this is a direct result. Me having this guy in my hand is a direct result from the Yu Yu Hakusho community showing me as much support as it did. You guys got me a crazy amount of subs in such a short amount of time for me trying to be a Kinnikuman channel, and really helped me expose myself a lot more. So that's what this channel is about. It's about listening to the audience, getting feedback, and building a home of Shonen, a foundation off of that. So it's been working so far. It's only been like a little bit over a week, and it's been growing like crazy fast. So I just really appreciate, you guys, all of us coming together to appreciate other series. And then also, what's cool about it is clearly the Yu Yu Hakusho guys have been tapping into the Kinnikuman stuff. So we gotta all show each other love. That's how it works. I see the stats. All right, let's get into it. Presentation of the figure. So today we're gonna get into Toguro's presentation, Toguro's articulation, right? We're gonna go over his accessories, and then at the very end, we're gonna do a direct comparison with him and Mr. Yusuke Urameshi. Actually, why don't I bring Yusuke, sorry, meat, why don't I bring Yusuke a little closer? It is a Toguro review. Got Pooh right there. You guys see little Pooh? Not sure if you guys have seen the Yusuke review, but in case you haven't, and you're tuning in for the first time, hello there, my name is J-Man, and guys, hope you enjoy the channel. We do modern and retro shonen stuff, so. Little Yusuke right here. We're gonna do a comparison of these two guys directly together, because obviously that's what everybody wants to see. And then at the very end of the video, I'm gonna put together a little stop motion battle anime segment for you guys. That's what's been blowing up the channel, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm gonna try to give it the same level of quality, if not better, than the one I did for Yusuke, because the Yusuke one exploded. So we'll just put Yusuke right here. I want to get him facing the camera. There we go. Got his arm in a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. Gotta get him closer to look in the eye. There we go. Alright, back to Toguro. We'll fix meat up real quick. Alright, back to Toguro. So this is Toguro's box. I just want to specify, we usually do the lore segment while we unbox. This is Toguro's 100% form. I'll probably put a picture of it somewhere over here on the screen. But, younger Toguro has multiple forms. There's the 100%, there's the 80% that everybody has seen, there's the 70%, which is like the skinny version, or is that like 50 or 60? I don't remember. I know 80% is the buff one that you usually play as in your base form in this game, and in most of the other Yu Yu Hakusho games, right? And then you transform into this one, which is the 100% form. I am personally surprised that they went for the 100% form off rip, but I guess they felt like it was more iconic in terms of the battle. I personally would have enjoyed the 80%. Give us an 80% one. I like that design way more. But speaking of the box itself though, it is pretty impressive. Nice promo shots. You know, the Figuarts line has been stepping it up with the boxes and the promo shots. I already thought the Kinnikuman ones were pretty good. All the official stickers, Studio Period, Bandai, Tamashii Nations. So you know we rocking the real deal, folks. No knockoffs here. Nice Yu Yu Hakusho logo. Yoshihiro Togashi, the GOAT. Yusuke DLC face. That's gonna be really fun for stop motion stuff. Toguro himself. Face looks a little lifeless in the box, I'm not gonna lie, but we'll see in a sec. I really do appreciate the promo shots though. And I mean, even on the promo shots, his hair looks really good. Some Figuarts, look at the back. Yep, brand new, real deal. Simple style and heroic action. I was talking about that in the Yusuke review. This might be the mark of a good figure because the simple style and heroic action, quote unquote, is what encouraged further play for Yusuke. That's why Yusuke has not been in the box since I got him. Some of the other fellas, you know, when I finished playing with them, I put him back in the box for preservation's sake because you just don't want to like leave them lying around. If you're not like proactively using them or just playing them. But some of the figures, like Yusuke, Yusuke, Terryman, a lot of these guys you see up front, Date Masamune has been popular. We're gonna do a review on him because the Japanese audience loves Sengoku Basara, so do I. Kinnikuman, some of these guys, Broly, we've left them out because they're very easy to use and they're very easy to handle and they're very accessible. So that's why we keep those kind of figures out. I said that in the Neptune Man interview. That should encourage you to purchase those figures if they're easy to use. All right, PSA, don't use knives to open your figures. I said this in the last one. Don't be like J-Man when it comes to that. J-Man can find the scissors right now. All right. Just some instructions on how to swap his hands. It's not our first figure, so. This one slid right out. Neptune Man kind of gave me a bit of a problem, but all right. What do you guys think about that? Pretty cool, huh? Oh snap, he's got a lot of faces. A couple of hands. The Yusuke DLC face. Get that up close. Yeah, nice. Nice. Yo, camera has been cooperating like crazy since I changed lights. Shout outs to camera. Nice. Alright, let's just get this guy out the box already. I just like to give you guys a little, you know, a little feeling of what if you were holding it in the plastic really quick. Alright. Fresh in the plastic. Before I even take the plastic off, let's just take a quick look at the presentation. Wow, they really nailed. If you guys have ever read the manga, compared to the anime version, the manga really had a lot of, let me just get the focus, sorry. The manga had a really lot of deep, sutured kind of veiny lines across his chest and his shoulders. It made him look obviously buff, yeah, but like a demonic, grotesque kind of buff. I mean, that was the whole point of Toguro, was that he traded in humanity for power. And that's why Yusuke beat his ass. But lore, it's actually a great question. Who the hell is Toguro? And why should I even care? So, as I explained in the Yusuke review, take that off now. as I explained in the Yusuke review, Yusuke Urameshi is a spirit detective, right? Very similarly, oh, well, let me not get ahead of myself, I don't want to spoil anybody, but let's just say in the future, Yusuke, the same person that trains him, you find out that she had her own past and that she met someone who was very similar to Yusuke, wink wink, and that person, when he was trying to become stronger and trying to, I don't want to give away too much, but let's just say he was trying to get stronger, right? Eventually on that path, he was getting old and he didn't want to die and wither away. And instead of choosing to be with the person that he loves, he chose to become a demon. Demon timing, literally. And when he chose to become a demon, kind of put him on his own path. And it's not him alone, it's him, and there's technically two Toguros. There's Toguro younger and Toguro older. And the elder Toguro, I actually hope they make it 80%. If they make it 80% Toguro, now that we're talking about it out loud, I could see them reusing this mold, taking out these shoulder pads, because you can already see from me playing with it, this is an articulated piece. They'll probably take out these shoulder pads, redo the shoulders, add a trench coat, give a younger Toguro accessory, and then charge you like $130, $140 for it on premium Bandai. I could see that happening, just because that design is popular. And then he comes with the shades and all that. I can see that happening. But back to the lore. So yeah, he has an older brother who's technically, I don't want to call him the little brother, but it's that classic trope of like big bruiser, little mischief,er, except the trope is kind of flipped on its head, because while you think that this guy's a big dumbass, he's actually not. He's actually very sinister, very malicious, very tactitious, and really drives Yusuke to the edge. Like, it's really great. A lot of people consider his battle with Yusuke and Toguro to be better than like any other fight in the series, which is up for debate. I personally really like when, let me put him down real quick. This is the lore segment. When Yusuke fought Sensui, that was awesome. But we don't have a figure like that yet. But dude, if they make a demon Yusuke figure, bro, let me watch my language. That would go hard. But I know next is him. He's coming inevitably. It's like impossible for them not to do it. So it'll probably be, now that we got these two, it's him next. It'll probably be him, and then Kuwabara. And then if they want to keep going, I'll probably do Sensui. And if they want to keep going after that, I'll probably get 80% and then the demon form. So I hope we go far enough to get him and the demon form. I'm already 2 in, so we'll see what DLC face he comes with. But back to Toguro. So yeah, that was a little bit of the lore. He's a really cool character. If you don't know the characters, I always say go for the rule of cool. Try them out in the video game, right? If you've never watched a show, play 120% if you want a more hardcore fighting game experience, and then play Yu Yu Hakusho forever if you want something that's closer to like Dragon Ball Z, and then obviously play J-Stars. You should always play J-Stars no matter what. That game's awesome. But yeah, that's the lore. Check him out. He's dope. He's cool. On to the review of the figure itself. So back to the presentation. So that's me explaining. It kind of segued into the lore, but that's why all his muscles and his veins look like that. And I gotta say, they look pretty dang good. I mean, the whole point of the character is for him to look like he's wearing armor. And I have to say, even with me wearing the gloves, you can really get a feel of how solid that material is. And it's good. And this is its own piece. I mean, it's not as flexible as this guy, but it's similar. I mean, Broly is just Broly. This character is crazy because this guy apparently, I mean, I know I got him a long time ago, but it slipped my brain how old he is. But I kept him in the box all these years, and I just took him out because I'm like, you know what? I feel like he's an awesome figure, and he should throw down with the Kadika Man figures. Let me know if you guys want to see a Broly review. I will definitely review more Dragon Ball stuff. I have quite a few Dragon Ball stuff. But the point that I'm making is when it comes to the shoulder pads, I was just amazed. Look at that. That's sick. It's like no restriction, and it looks natural. And this is similar to that. That's the only reason I brought it up. Not as free, not like Broly, but the reason it's not like Broly is because it actually moves as one unit. And I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but articulation and presentation when it comes to designs like this are kind of 2-in-1, because it's not like Yusuke where the design is simple enough that, even though, like I mentioned in his review, I appreciate how the mold of his gi is very symmetrical no matter where you pose him at. Characters like this is very crucial to get like looking proper when they're moving, because of, again, look at that muscle. That's supposed to be a muscle. That's like a crazy brolic demonic like shoulder tricep combo. And I gotta say, it looks pretty good, especially because there's extra molded pieces underneath to help cover gappage. So, and we're definitely gonna, you guys are gonna see it in the shorts. When you really want Toguro to hit that meme, you know, the meme where it's just someone, you know, just hitting them, you could really do that with Toguro. And it feels great. I'm sure that was the intention. And he feels extremely sturdy. He probably feels sturdier than Yusuke. I mean, granted, he's like twice Yusuke's size. We're gonna do a size comparison in a little bit, but it's kind of crazy. And look at I really like the way they handle the shoulder pads. It's very nice. It doesn't feel restrictive. It feels like I can just move it, get around with it. It's nice. It's really nice. And it looks great. I mean, we're recording it in 4K right now, so I'm sure you guys can see. Don't mind if you see little speckles of black. That's just me wearing the new gloves to try to maintain a certain level of professionalism. And sometimes these gloves get pinched in the tight spots, so don't worry about that. But just look at the musculature on Toguro. I want to mention this because we've been looking at some other SH Figuarts characters that are but beefy. And wow, first of all, I mean, yeah, no, for sure. Like, Toguro's ab crunch is smoking Suguru, and Suguru's a freaking wrestler, bro. Wow, Toguro. Wow. We just got that on camera. That was crazy. We need a follow-up release of this line, man. Because the vision is there. The vision is there. Oh, look at that. I just popped him in half trying to get the camel clutch. That's no bueno. It's a good thing I have the older Sugurus so they can actually get into crazy poses. But he's supposed to be the guy, the man who gets beat up. Like, fix this, SH. We get another one. Season 3 coming out. It's your chance. Anyways, I say that to say, like, I'm not even trying to get into articulation, bro, because I was trying to just look at the abs. But, yo, that's a crazy crunch. That's the camel clutch test. That's what we were just talking about with Neptune Man. Camel clutch. But when Ramen Man comes in, he's going to be, I swear, he's going to be messing up all these dudes. But yeah, really good. Look, they got him so ripped that they got him with a little V cut right there, which not even a lot of figures who have musculature have that. I mean, Suguru kind of has it, but even then, Toguro's is way more pronounced. Just showing off the musculature, because obviously Yusuke is not a beefy character, so it's not really a fair comparison. Suguru is obviously different because he's not buff in a demonic way like Toguro is, but just feel like it'd be cool to show off. Alright, so moving down, the jeans are like super important for Toguro, because that's one thing with Yu Yu Hakusho. A lot of the characters had a unique sense of style, and I think what made Toguro stand out the most is he just wore like a really long trench coat with really cool shades. I mean, again, the 80% design, this one is just super iconic. I know they're gonna make another figure to scam us. That's how they work. So if the line goes that far, we need an 80%. And bro, they're just gonna reuse the mold, because these, I was just gonna get into that. These pants are perfect. This is perfect. The belt is very richly designed, nicely painted. What's the number one thing I say? When you buy a figure, you're not buying a model kit. Model kit, I want to touch it up myself. For the figure, I expect it to come well painted, and it does. Very nice. The belt, I just want to talk about it real quick. The belt is so good because you can tell that it's gray, but then it has like a realistic offset brown on it. Almost like it was a real life washed out belt. And it's nice. And then the belt buckle is like a nice golden, very crispy golden that the camera is actually picking up pretty nicely and has a very nice finish. It's a very nice paint job. And then obviously you can see his pockets right there. This is that new SH Figuarts design philosophy where they have a mechanism, right in the crotch area. And then that operates on a ball joint. Not a ball joint. This is a swivel, right? I have to do my research and educate myself on as a reviewer what type of joint that is called, but it's the same one Yusuke has. It's the new legs. It's really good. It's really good because it allows for a lot of independent movement. And then thigh swivel. So, exactly. You're already picking up what I'm putting down. If you want to get extreme poses like that, you're chilling, man. And for someone like me who does the shorts, you need extreme poses. He can do the Ujido split. Oh, that was his leg popping off. That was unintentional. Well, now we know that their legs pop off, which makes you wonder if, similar to the Kinnikuman line, they have that customization factor. I'm not gonna test it because I don't really see the point in me giving Yusuke long-ass Toguro legs, but in the future with other characters, that could be pretty cool. So yeah, back to the legs. So yeah, be mindful of the Ujido split. If you try to force it too much, the leg will pop off, but it popped back on right easily. The pants look really good. They're like, unlike Yusuke, where he had like the navy, yeah, there we go. Where he has like the navy blue with the subtle black accents and just really good shading. His looks like a washed out, like the jeans got left out in the sun type. And I don't even mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a great way. Because normally when he's 80%, it doesn't look like this. They gave the jeans like a soft gray finish to complement, obviously, the rest of his skin tone. Because he's supposed to be so demonic that he's bursting out the clothes, which literally he is. I mean, if you look at the sculpture of the pants, literally you see his freaking muscles ripping through the pants. I don't even mean just this part. Obviously, that part's right in front of your face. I'm talking about the more subtle parts. Like you would think that's jean. No, that's the dude's quad. That's the hamstrings. You know what I mean? That's the character's little booty. Makes me laugh because the way booties are handled is different depending on the character. So for Toguro, they went for the more functional kind, which I'm grateful because, dude, for how tall this guy is, yo, that's a Spider-Man pose. That's literally a Spider-Man pose. And Toguro can hit that perfectly. Pretty impressive. I feel like I ended up covering articulation and presentation at the same time, but you know we like to get in depth, so I will specifically speak on that next. Yeah, look, that was what I was talking about, more details. And what I like is these are not just mirrored images. They could have went the lazy route, copied this, pasted it over here, copied that, pasted it over here. No, they didn't. It's unique molds. And I didn't even peep this, but if you turn it to the side, you can actually see the muscles busting out the jeans. That's pretty cool. Damn, they really did sell the 100% aspect, huh? That is important when it comes to these superpowered villains. Like, do they feel like a villain? Like, when I did the Neptune Man review, you guys could tell as I went on, I started getting into the groove. I'm like, oh, this is a villain. You know what I mean? Toguro's starting to feel the same way. guess I just don't like the neutral face. But we're gonna... Okay, so that's how he swaps faces. Cool. We're gonna get into that in a bit. So that's his presentation for the most part. Take another closer look at his arms. Cool. Yeah. See how all that looks really good together. And he feels extremely sturdy. His little soul funnels. I call them soul funnels because in the show, he literally like sucks in people's spirits and souls through these little funnels here and powers himself up even further. Which, could I see them doing a 120% figure? I don't know, probably not. If they do, probably be diehard collectors. Would it be me? I don't know. See, when it comes to figures, I like to collect, but I'm not one of those guys that just getting stuff just because it's rare. I like it because it's the character. He does get some nice flexing poses in. So let's just start with articulation. Let's take it from the top. Literally take it from the top. We're gonna start with his head. Can we just, let's change his face, because I don't like that face. Oh, that's nice. I don't even mean that sarcastically, I mean that genuinely. It's always nice when the head just doesn't fight you. Okay, so this is how you do this. You take this, that comes apart. It's very interesting. It's similar to Yusuke, but obviously a different inner mechanism since his face is shaped differently. Then we see if I get that on camera. Yep. Wow. Boom, that easy. See, that face looks a lot better. That neutral face was just really bad. You just plug that in. Oh. The ball peg wants to get in the hole. Oh, I got it in, and then his face fell apart. That's kind of funny. Oh, and now he came out. Alright, not as hassle-free as Yusuke, I'll openly admit that, but that's because of the way that this works. Look. See, this is a ball peg, but that ball peg is also sitting on the neck peg, which is great because it allows great range of motion, but when you're trying to put it back on, yeah. I mean, that went on pretty quick. Maybe it's just a skill issue. Maybe you just gotta aim it. Skill issue. Yeah, this, see, now I'm enjoying handling, because that other face was not it. This is, bad guys, you need evil faces. That's an evil face. Alright, so let's take it from the top one more time. One more time. Alright. So full 360 on the head. Wow, that's actually impressive. You could do like The Exorcist. I'm not dead, Yusuke. Thought you killed me. That's pretty cool. That's nice. Full, easy, clean swivel. Nice. And that's impressive only because, I mean, you see all the extra molding that his face has with those veins. So, alright. Then when it comes to the forward and back, pretty solid, honestly. And what I like too, I don't know if it was intentional or not. I mean, yeah, it's a little gappy here, but honestly, it's not that bad. Most of the time when you're even hitting these poses, you're trying to do a camel clutch. So if you were doing a camel clutch, or if you were looking up, or anything like that, it looks pretty good. See? It looks good. Or if he's looking up directly, like that, like Crying in the Rain, Vegeta style, it looks good. To me, personally, it looks good. I know some people hate gap. Some characters do have some bad gappy. His gappy is actually not terrible. Only thing I don't like is what just happened. Sometimes we go all the way up and you try to go down. We'll do a review of this guy. Don't worry. I have words. But yeah, that's him. Really nice. If you see me get a little aggressive with these guys, it's not because I'm mishandling them. It's when I get a feel for the figure. I've been holding enough figures enough. I know when a figure is sturdy and can afford a little more exertion. And that actually why I think is a positive of Budo and of Yusuke, which is why I laughed when I saw the tag again. Simple style, heroic action. Oh, look, the shoulder pads do come off. Which, honestly, I'm not against that. That's kind of cool, actually. It looks pretty cool. Damn, that means if someone really was determined, you could genuinely just buy this figure and then repurpose it into an 80%. Like if you're someone who does customs, you definitely do an 80% custom with this one. I just thought that was like a solid molded piece. But no, look, you even see it has its own joint. Pop it on here. And then look, oh wow, you can slide that in too. That is nice. Very nice. Fire. I'm getting impressed by this Toguro, how they managed to, evolve the engineering a little bit in order to achieve the faithfulness to the design, which I always say is super important. Like I said that in the last Neptune Man review. Are they gonna evolve the engineering for the figure in order to maintain, the likeness? And for this one, for sure, they definitely do. Great job. Great smile. I feel the power of this figure. You guys feel the power? You feel the power of me holding Toguro? You feel the power of the image? Like, he's gonna beat the piss out of Yusuke. Excuse my language. But yeah, that's Toguro. So that's the shoulder. I want to show that mechanic off. Okay. We got the neck, head articulation. Let's show off a little bit of this swivel. Yeah. He's got that nice, that new triple layer almost, kind of the chest centerpiece there, right? And then this extra piece of mold that holds all these other ball joints together, which allows Yusuke Toguro to get the extra butterfly. And to really if you guys have ever played J-Stars, you know that he has a move where he literally does this. And he's like, and just fucking literally bursts energy in a giant dome, and it hits everybody in the dome, and it's crazy. Go play J-Stars. Playing with the figure just makes me want to play J-Stars as well. But J-Stars are sick. But yeah, Toguro is awesome so far. That's the arm. You could really get an up-close look of how it functions and see all the different 3 dimensions that his arm really offers. It's great. And then we got the double jointed arm right here. Okay, we got this swivel like I was saying. And then we have the wrist. Okay. Boom. Very impressive. And then obviously the hands pop off to swap. Same thing with this side. So really cool stuff. And again, I like that the shoulder pads are either removable or fully articulated. So I can just get that on there. Yeah, there you go. Not that hard, just my first time handling the figure, so I gotta get used to it, that's all. But they do seem to pop off though if you don't slide. You see how there's 2 pegs here? Oh, let me focus that. Yeah, you see how there's 2 pegs here? If you leave this peg sitting at the bottom and then try to mess with him, it seems like it pops off quite a bit. So you want to just slide that up first, then get his arm down. Yeah, boom. Then pop that. Remember what I say about figures, guys. It's all about how you handle them. You can't start hating on a figure just because you don't know what you're doing. No. You gotta learn first. If after you learn it still gives you trouble, then I'm like, yo, start blasting. But yeah, sounds like I really don't like the Toguro, but I actually love him. I actually use him in almost all my shorts. He looks great, he feels great. It's just when you love something enough, you can acknowledge, when that figure has flaws. So yeah, moving on to the center. Okay, we've got that amazing ab crunch that I mentioned earlier. The camel clutch test is passed. Super important. Camel clutch. So amazing ab crunch backwards. Very richly detailed abdominal area. And then again, for, I'm going to repeat this, his design and for his quality and feel, I think this is a decent ab crunch forward. Is it the deepest ab crunch I've seen in my life? Definitely not. Some of the other Kinnikuman SH can get a lot deeper, and especially if you have like a Yamaguchi, and actually the minis are a good example too. Yeah, that Toguro over there, Robin. But I'm actually referring to the full scale Yamaguchis. They get some extreme poses, but Yamaguchis are known for being able to pull off extreme poses but then looking weird in normal poses. So it's really, you know, I think SH kind of, well, at least with some of their recent releases, kind of finds that perfect balance of like, you have the likeness of the character, which makes you feel like you're holding a figure of the character, but then at the same time, they bring a couple of new engineering philosophies to make that character come to life. I was really interested in Toji, but and I kind of want to get into this with the presentation. So yeah, this is a very nice, I mean, there's a little bit of glistening on the muscles to exude power, but it's not even everywhere, because on the centerpiece of the chest, on the abdominal area, on a lot of parts of the jeans, there's no glisten, there's no gloss. If you look at the new Toji Fushiguro from JJK SH, it looks like the dude is oily. I mean, I know the guy's supposed to be like, he's a girl fan favorite and that he's supposed to be hot, but like, why would they make the figure all oily? Should have gave him a matte black finish, he would look sick. But I'm sure there's a way to just buy one and then customize it, but I don't really feel like doing that right now. But let me know if you guys want to see Fushiguro. Let me know. Or you want to see more JJK, just talk to me in general. You know, this is a Yu Yu Hakusho review, so we're already clearly stepping into other bounds of other shonen. But yeah. So this does get a full, wow, that actually feels pretty nimble too. I'm not even forcing that. That's pretty good. I wonder if he comes in half. It feels like he does, but I don't want to force it. There's no need for me to. I don't really plan on swapping bodies for him. But actually, now I think about it, maybe, again, I'm not going to force it. I actually think it does come out, but if you're a customizer, actually, I was just thinking about this. It just like slipped my brain. These would actually be pretty good legs. If you were to buy Toguro and then take the shoulder pads off, obviously get away with the head. You probably have to take the funnels out, but then you have a pretty solid base to do a custom. So that's why I like to do like these reviews. It's like for new people and for collectors. I think about both perspectives. So if you're a collector and maybe you want a custom, maybe you want to do like a, not to be weird, I don't recall there being an SH Figuarts Kenshiro, so maybe you want to do like a SH Figuarts Kenshiro instead of the Medicom Kenshiro. And then you could just take Toguro as a base. You got to get a new head, obviously, but probably 3D print the head, resculpt the arms a bit, take the shoulder pads out, or actually you can even take the shoulder pads and remold them to like a Kenshiro type shoulder pad. I don't know, I see his silhouette and it like gives me Kenshiro. Maybe that was the intention when Togashi designed the character. Maybe that I'm just catching that. But am I crazy, guys? That's a Kenshiro silhouette. I'm just covering his face so that way you can kind of put the image in your head. But I'm only saying that to say that that's how freaking good. Jesus. Good job. Alright. So that was the hips. Okay, these are the legs. The legs are very nice. I mean, look how nice and smooth they are. Look at that. Boom. Double jointed knee. The good double jointed knee too. Look at that. I call it the seamless knee. It looks like you could just kick the crap out of someone. Right down. Really good. Got that thigh swivel so you can get like these crazy, for whatever reason, if you want to have you guys break dance, do that. Again, I try to do reviews to encourage people to get these things to have fun. Pretty good. And then right here, I love this, guys. Yo, they improved on the Yusuke release. Yeah, because remember that I told you this too. Excuse my language. This thing was mad limited. Yeah, I mean, you can. It looks better because I learned how to handle it, but it's still limited. I'm not gonna try to lie to you. It's still limited. Even when you learn how to handle it, it's still limited. But what did they cook with Toguro? It's nice. It's like they listened. Like you can really get. This is what Yusuke was missing. To get like that exaggerated, like, oh, like you punched him, and then like he's like standing his ground, and then he's just like, oh yeah. Yo, the stop motions are gonna be fun. Make sure you guys are tuning in at the end of these videos for those. I try to do that to, you know, give collectors a sense of whether or not they want the figure for themselves or for maybe one of their loved ones, their kids, their friends, their family, their wife, their husband, whoever. And also to give the younger viewers something entertaining to watch in case they want to save up some money and get the figure themselves. Right? So yeah, that's the ankle. Very, very Sugoku Berishimo. Was super worried about that actually. But you can even see it here. They went out of their way to give you an extra long and big ankle rock. It's phenomenal. It's really good. I mean, it's not the perfect Yujiro split, but it's good for you gotta remember, what did I say in a lot of the reviews? The design. For the design, this is good. This is really good for the design. And then the forward and back, I'll admit, that is not the craziest. We gotta get this right, because I don't like to just use it. Honestly, not bad. Better than I expected. Because this material, as with most of the SH, I can't really show you guys and ending it, but it's almost as if when you, like you saw how I kind of just did it there, where I kind of cranked this as much as I physically could, and then you saw that the ankle accommodated for that and then slid out a little bit. It's super good. There's definitely an extra mechanic in there that allows this to come down and then be freer motion, and then you could just slide that back in actually if you want to lock in the ankle. So I'm very impressed by Toguro's articulation. I'm not gonna lie, very impressive, especially for his design. I'm gonna keep saying this because he's supposed to be a big buff demon monster, right? So very, 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 very Sugoku Berishimo on the articulation. I can't really find a flaw, and I'm trying to like think of one. Maybe the forward ab crunch, but I still think if you get the forward ab crunch combined with the head tilt, combined with the butterfly, combined with, yeah, you see what I mean? Combined with the ankle rock, you can still give that effect that he got hit. You know what I mean? Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera. But you can still give that effect that like he is taking a blow. So I guess that's the one con. But again, just a personal opinion, I still don't even think it's that bad. Especially considering how far he goes back. I think that's pretty good actually. And I think in terms of sturdiness and quality feel and build, those are 20 out of 10. I mean, I got him for a sale on Amazon. That's actually the big reason I did it, because you guys showed me mad love, and then I saw he was on sale. I guess nobody's buying him. And I'm like, yo, this was meant to be. So I actually got him for a lot cheaper than a lot of the other figures. There's something, it was like 60 or 70. Really good sale. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this. So if you could find him for around that price, because I saw him retailing in other places for like 90 to 100 plus. I wouldn't say he's that kind of figure. I mean, in terms of the quality and the build, yes, he is. He does feel like that price. So that I want to clarify. But I'm just saying, should I think you would pay for that price? No, I don't think so, unless you're like a really big Yu Yu Hakusho fan and you're like me and you already have Yusuke. I think these guys look great together, but I think if you had to buy one, I'd say buy Yusuke. Just because the design is so cute, so iconic. And I don't know, I love the way they made the figure. Very light, very compact, but yet still very sturdy and very well built. Like, I've been using this guy like crazy the past couple, like this week or so, and he still feels, I mean it is brand new, but you know what I'm trying to say, like It's insane. And I just love the color work on him. Now that we're actually doing the Yusuke video is in 4K, but you know what I mean. New lighting. You can see the red in the eyes that I was talking about last time. I just know it's not a Yusuke review, but we're kind of reaching the end towards Toguro, so I kind of wanted to do, like I was talking about, some comparisons between them. So I think they're both pretty great. I think they work wonderfully as a set. But again, you had to buy one. I say go Yusuke. Unless you really like villains, you can go Toguro. But I think Yusuke has that kind of charm and that kind of fun factor where you can get a lot of crossover fights going with him, and it'll still be really fun. I mean, again, I did him versus Ashura Man right there, and that was like my most watched video ever, and people subscribed. It's crazy. So, and I do love that Toguro can get like these kind of, anime style poses, where it's like one leg in front of the other, kind of creeping up like a boss. You know what I mean? Really good. Ooh, wow, that was kind of, excuse my language, that was kind of a sexy pose. Like, damn, that looks really good. Like, it's time to die. Shine. Oh boy. Sorry, didn't mean to go hard. I think I'm starting to get into the Toguro. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what happens in the reviews. I start handling the figure, and then my weave comes out because I start feeling the figure, and my energy comes out. And I know you guys like that. That's exactly why you guys like the longer reviews, because you see how the figures make me feel. So yeah, that's Toguro for the most part. Before we wrap it up, I really want to handle this figure. We're gonna have a lot of fun with him in this short right now. I just wanna, before we wrap it up, let's just take a look at his accessories. I know that this is like 45 minutes in and I'm talking about this, but again, you guys voted for the longer reviews. These are his hands, so drama hands. So one thing I actually noticed, and there's no shade in this, like I'm not bashing them. These are the same hands. Same exact hands, bro. 1-to-1. 1-to-1. Literally, bro. Except obviously, you know, those are gray. But those are the same hand. I'm not throwing shade, but they think that, you know, people like me who collect multiple lines don't notice. I noticed. This is the same exact Toguro hands. These are literally Toguro hands, except the difference is, and this is something Toguro does not have, he's got the pointing finger. That's to recreate a lot of iconic scenes where he's like calling somebody out, pointing at Yusuke, taunting him, pointing at his loved ones, like just making Yusuke suffer. Those are the two fighting faces. I love those. I didn't even, when I bought the figure, I didn't even know he came with that. So that was a huge bonus for me. Great DL. I hate the concept of DLC faces, but dang, they're so good. That's a 12 out of 10 expression. Like, come on. And then the fact that Toguro comes with it too. Let me see if the camera can pick it up closer. Yeah. So Sugoku Berishimo, very yummy. Look at the Yusuke one. I love how they even added like a little extra detail in his eyes. Yeah, there we go. Camera's picking it up now. Look at that. Wow. Super good expressions. I even like this expression. This expression is just awful. Why did they put it in the package? Maybe that's why he's not selling well. They should have got rid of that expression and replaced it. Because this expression is great, that expression is great, and then the one I put on him is great. This one is great. Those all look like Toguro. I just don't like this. I mean, I know where it's supposed to be coming from. This is a manga panel. This is a very specific manga panel. But it just, no, it's too lifeless. There's no expression. But that's essentially it for the Yu Yu Hakusho younger 100% Toguro review. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. It's gonna be a lot of review content today, literally almost 2+ hours worth of reviews. So I put in a lot of work, guys, to deliver on my promise to double up on the reviews. I did look at the poll earlier. I saw that 4D Killers and Toguro were tied. So I just kind of went with Toguro because that person voted first. I have been stalking the posts. That person voted first. Thank you very much, viewer. Would love to know. Drop a comment who you are. That person voted first, so we got Toguro in the mix. And I also just want to diversify it a bit because we're going to do Neptune. I mean, we did Neptune Man already. So I'm like, you know what? Kinnikuman Man, Shonen. Bit of both worlds. Moving forward, though, obviously, I'm not going to try to do 2 reviews a day because they're super in-depth. They take a lot of time to edit. And then on top of that, doing the stop-motion anime battles, which I still haven't recorded neither of the stop-motion anime battles. So I have to record that and still edit that. So it's going to take some time before these reviews actually go up, but I just like being transparent, you know what I mean? So I'm going to work on the review stuff, and then after that's done, see if K-Stack wants to do Muscle Brothers. And then once all that's done, just try to relax for the evening, because tomorrow's another day, more reviews. Got to do another music video. But I hope you guys have been enjoying all of the content. I hope you can see with the new lights, with the gloves, with everything, with just the upgrade. I'm really trying my hardest, even though I'm a low, sub channel, to make content that exceeds or keeps up with the big guys. Because a lot of the big guys I see, they because they've been in the industry longer, they have a lot of connections, more resources in general. They're able to get their hands on these dudes willy-nilly, get them in their hands, do a 5-minute review, get them out of their hands and bash the figure. For me, I'm not like that. I like to say my content is content that makes you feel, not content that makes you click. And I say that because, you can see this is a 50-minute Toguro review. And the amount of people who are probably even still here watching is minuscule, but I always like to say, and this was notes that I love this pose. Wow, this guy's really good. I always like to say, notes that I took from my favorite creators growing up is, yes, you obviously listen and check the stats and stuff, but then there's also going to be a very core audience, even if it's like 10%, that watches every video to the end and really listens and really loves you. And these are the kind of reviews are to build a bigger home for those people. Not saying I don't appreciate everyone, but what I'm trying to say is I want to be the kind of reviewer that gives these characters the love and appreciation they deserve. Because I guarantee you, whether it was the Yusuke review, whether it was his review, whether it was Neptune Man's review, whether it was Robin Mask, whether it was a Microman review, any review, I guarantee you someday, somewhere, somehow, eventually, it's going to convince, even if it's just one person, to pick this guy up or pick up one of the guys. And then that one person is all of a sudden going to have a smile on their face and feel happy when they're handling the figure. I did my job. Because that's what I'm trying to do. Spread the coolness, spread the joy, spread the love, spread. Hold on, we gotta get a cool pose before I sign off. Spread the SHONEN TACHI. Nah, but jokes aside, guys, thank you for the love. I appreciate it. I'm gonna end the recording now, so make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. For more J-Man, for more Shonen, for more J-Stars, for more Kinnikuman, for more everything. Who knows? Maybe one day this could be a dream come true. This could be like my full-time thing. You never know. But I've been putting in the work so that way it can grow for Kinnikuman and for Shonen in general, because everybody talks about the Super Saiyans and Goku and Dragon Ball and Jujutsu Kaisen. And I'm not saying I don't love those things myself. I clearly own them, but other series deserve love too. And if I gotta be that guy, then I'll be that guy. J-Man. But that'll be all, guys. Make sure you stay tuned after this for the stop motion anime battle. It's gonna be a lot of fun. This one is gonna be featuring Toguro versus Neptune Man. So that's gonna be a really fun time. Might throw in some tag team partners, we'll see. But hope you guys have been enjoying the reviews, and love y'all. See you later.